going to do moving forward? Now what? Okay? Alexander, I appreciate if you stay on top of what's going on today. Oh, let me clock.
Thank you. I have an answer for you, but you're not gonna use my answer. So
I'm not. What do you mean? I'm not going to use your answer. How you know?
you're not gonna use my answer. I know already. My answer is to rest your voice, but you're not gonna do it because you gotta up your voice.
I use my voice for a living. I mean, literally talk
See?
too much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to rest it while I'm at work today. But promises. Anybody want to come up real quick? Because I'm gonna let you close Alexander the room. Because I'm gonna jump in here and make my money. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, all you guys who come and support this little room. Good morning, Mike P. And my favorite snickerdoodle just bounced before I can say thank you to her for all. Oh, there she is. Girl, I hope we live close by because, is that First Lady down there? First Lady, I hope you're going to go open up your room, sis. I don't know when you snuck up in here. But I hope you're going to go open up that room. I know you are, Snickerdoodle. You always here. This is what I'm talking about right there, all right? I got a new sister wife. I don't know if she's into that, whatever. But I hope Patty and First Lady are bouncing over to open up Politically Correct, so I'll have something to listen to in the next couple of minutes. Thank you guys again for supporting the AM 420 30-minute, which is always 2 hours. News with Dr. Karen Lamont. I hope you guys got something out of it. We call it the Clubhouse Detox in the morning. And come back at around about 6-ish, and we're going to jump right back into it and move forward. We got to do something to move forward so we can take back our country. All right, Alexander, you got it. You know how to close the room down. Let me rush in here and get started so I can get finished.
Okay, don't work too hard. Work smart.
Shit, there's no such thing in my field. And listen, guys, the struggle continues. It's always working smart. It's always working smart.
All right.
And also, I work hard because I want to do a good job and provide excellent, exemplary care to my patients. But anywho,
and if you could do one more thing, if you could get a chance on your break, if you could go back and look in this chat, some people put some remedies in there for your throat. So
thank you guys. Oh my God, thank you. I am gonna go back and look. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so very much, and that's no bullshit.
All right, thank you. You're welcome, First Lady, anytime.
First Lady, go start your room. I know you're trying to get cute and comfortable over there, but I need something to listen to. So you and Patty get off. Goodbye. Go, please. Start the room. Start the room. Thank you, Ed. I hope these are the only people. I'm still talking as you notice. I hope this is the only people that I have in 420. This group right here. Nobody's trying to get numbers. We just trying to get not quantity but quality. And I fuck with all you guys in here this morning. All right, love you, Snickerdoodle, First Lady, Patty, Alexander, and not necessarily not order, because I'm gonna have some things going. Why are you saying it? Not in that order. All my friends dead.
Like a sexual predator, but you send girls like dick pics and shit. Like, why do we have that behavior?
It's really how I'm feeling,
It doesn't matter how you're feeling. Go fuck yourself. It's a form of assault.
Hey, that's mean. Look it up.
I mean, like, literally, go fuck yourself. Go masturbate.
You have systems in your body with the nature of things, the ecosystem, the freaking...
Oh, let me correct you. It's Palestine. Which side are you on? Going back to I guess the Jew books that he doesn't want, doesn't make it wrong. Turns out they accurately represent archaeological finds. There's museums for it. So you go to where is it? Start in 1 Kings. Like Saul was when this really starts. So the borders in 1 Kings 4:21, 2 Chronicles 9. This is from Euphrates River to the border of Egypt. So in the north, this is from Mount Hermon to Euphrates River. In the east, this is from Transjordan tribes. This covers from this is the different tribes, but it goes from the east to the Euphrates. So from the Euphrates west, just start going. Then from Beersheba, the border of Egypt in the south, also the Euphrates. So just go that direction. And then west from Mediterranean Sea to the Philistine coast. That would be like Gaza and Joppa area. So these are the borders in the Bible. And then whenever they talk about all these battles, these cities, these things that happen, and they're like, this never happened. Israel wasn't a nation. And they're like, oh, look, there's remember that thing of David that you said didn't exist? There it is. Remember that thing in the arena that you say like Pontius Pilate? That never happened because this didn't exist yet. Oh, there it is. So all these archaeological things, they back up exactly what these Jewish texts that he doesn't want say. So there's just I don't care. Like there's no dog in this fight except being accurate. The dude is completely inaccurate. You want Tacitus? You want him talking about Rome throwing their fit and naming Palestine in the 1st century? That's when Palestine existed, not because of the people that would inhabit Palestine. It's because Rome got mad at Israelis and named it Palestine.
Well, he's also just being geographically incorrect, right? Like, I mean, the area between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, and this is what I learned from Dr. Josh, was Mesopotamia, right? So Mesopotamia was like Syria, Turkey, and parts of Iran. Palestine is that area, like Tyre and parts of coastal Egypt, and places like that. Like it's not historically known as Palestine.
Yeah, spot on. I mean, it's like I don't know what to say, man. We've got like Christians, Jews, atheists. Like we're all agreeing. We completely think each other's belief system is wrong.
Southern
but we agree
man.
on this. Why? Because we
got a
lives.
Southern man.
Recognize this is the way it is. Like this doesn't get me recognizing this doesn't make me any closer to God. Recognizing this
Is that the
doesn't
king?
make Michael any closer to God.
Welcome.
That he also lacks a belief in.
Kif Hanek, Habibi.
So there's no dog in this fight. There's no spiritual kudos we get for
Afwan,
recognizing this stuff.
Habibi.
It's just because we observe and we're like, yeah, this is the right answer.
TV,
Why
is this
did you make
TV
it?
next to you? Is this TV?
We have a Southern man. Welcome, Southern man.
Is he next to you or that's
He's the next to us in the
I
other room.
might be next to him, Klaus.
Yeah, so what do you think? Do you think the kingdom of Israel did exist? What's your evidence that it did exist before? Like, what's your evidence?
Because it's the land of Jacob, dumbass.
Did Jacob create the
Ezra
kingdom? Did
to
he
struggle
own all
with
of that land?
El God.
He owned all the land area. Did he own that land? Like, did he own his own village, his own people, or did he own the whole area that you claim to be the kingdom of Israel?
There's no such thing as Palestine. There was Palestina that happened in like what 161. You know, after the Emperor Heberon or whatever the frick name it was. Like,
I agree with one thing.
destroyed
I agree
the
that Jacob,
Jewish state of Israel and then called it Palestina.
I agree that Jacob governed his village.
So you want to go by the Roman doctrine of like
Yes,
after Jesus died?
because it's as they name it, it's just in the middle. What's the name? It's just in the
So
middle.
you're going with stuff that happened after God died, but not understanding what happened before God died.
Let's not take the Palestinian perspective. We'll take the Jewish perspective. Let's take a third perspective, which is the Roman.
I'll be quiet.
If you want to be like, I don't know, like unbiased, you gotta like look at some historical references that are not Jewish, that are not Palestinian, like Muslim, and those records don't have no mention of the kingdoms you claim.
Well, how about you explain to me then the Ottoman Empire from 1500 all the way up to 1919?
The Ottoman Empire did exist. You could look at many like scholars
Well,
like third
it
parties.
did, but it ended with they signed the Treaty of Versailles.
But are you getting what I'm saying? I'm saying that the kingdom of Israel did not exist at all. Jacob
What grade are
maybe
we in?
followed his own path, his own tribe, but he was not a king over
I
the
sound like we're in elementary school.
No, that's what maybe Christianity says, but it's not historically. It's not accurate.
Then prove me wrong. Give me your like, you know, points and preferences.
You should not believe in the history of Christianity. You literally think that Christianity is false.
Telling me what I should or should not do is not you proving your point. It's you telling me what to do.
I'm saying let's look at third-party references.
I'm saying
like
listen. Make your point, sir.
That the kingdom of Israel did not exist as we have the kingdom.
I'm sorry that you're not smart enough to keep up with this conversation. Because you want to be so agitated that you want to direct me. I'm asking you to attack my points, not my persons, sir.
I can recognize your fucking voice. You're that veteran. What's your name? Is this the guy who shot in Iraq? Who shot that person in Iraq? I can recognize that voice. I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. You are the crazy guy who lives alone. Got like a crime in Iraq. I don't know his name. What's his name?
Nobody help him out.
Maybe it's not you. I don't know, but I know some person who have exactly the same voice as you. It's exactly the same thing here on Clubhouse.
Was he a good guy? Was he a good guy or a bad guy?
I don't know. He's a good guy actually, but he's just like, you know, he's just racist a little bit, like when it comes to Middle East, because he fought like he's a boomer. He's a brainwashed boomer.
What makes you think that he's racist against, you know, Muslims?
Boomers are raised to. Boomers have Islamophobia because that's why they raised to.
I'm not a boomer. I'm Generation X.
Yes, they fought a war they shouldn't fight in Iraq, so they had to brainwash them to justify their war.
I got zero fucks to give.
For example, why would you like people fight in Vietnam, but there were some brave people who refused to fight in Vietnam. But when it comes to Iraq, people were so brainwashed, like they would.
Are you mad that the U.S. military is better than your military?
Yes, they are mad because it was a bad war. Actually,
you're mad because your military couldn't stand up to the U.S. military. I got it. I get why you're upset.
It was
I get why you're upset.
Yes, it was an unnecessary war. It was war for generation, not the military. No, I'm bad. This is actually bad for the military. What are you like? Do you want to kill Americans?
What's bad for the military? Dude, PX said this, my motherfucking man.
Like, listen,
I love me some JD Vance.
It's okay for you to fight a war that is not your war. It's okay for you to fight, to die, to kill Americans for other nations. Do you think like American lives like should be killed?
I don't give a fuck why I died, as long as I'm protecting the guy on my left and the guy on my right. I got zero fucks why I died.
There were no nuclear devices. There were no nuclear.
If all I do is protect the guy on my left and the guy on my right, I don't care.
Yeah, so you don't care if the war, like if your country was literally framed to go into war that you shouldn't go to.
If all I'm doing is protecting the guy on my left and the guy on my right, I don't care how I die if I'm protecting them.
Listen, many were unfortunate and die. You care about those people who have lost their lives in war.
It's not my fault you never did anything that was more important than yourself.
It's not your fault, but it's your fault when you don't care. It's you don't fucking care. That's your problem.
Are you sure about that?
You don't care. I care. I care about those guys who lost their lives and in an unnecessary war. There were no unnecessary war. Like many innocent lives have been lost on both sides. I care about those. You said you don't care about. Like,
if you've ever listened to anything I've ever said, I've always said that young men go. If you ever listen, you don't want to hear anything, do you?
You literally said enough. You said I don't care. That's what you said.
I said many a time. If you know anything I've ever said when it comes to war, that young men
Do you
like
care
young
about,
men
did you,
that
do
do
you
not.
care
Oh,
about the
you
reasons you
cannot
are
stop
fighting for?
interrupting. Why are you
Do you
interrupting
care
me?
about the reasons you are fighting for?
Why are
Is
you
the reasons you are
interrupting me?
fighting for important to you?
Why are you interrupting me? When I'm saying that young men fight young men that don't know each other because of old men that do know each other, I understand the aspect of war because I'm 50 years old now. I see it from hindsight. You know, I see it like Eisenhower did, you know, through his lens of like the military industrial complex and like, you know, the idea of keeping everything in a tumultuous event. I mean, listen to Eisenhower's like speech when Kennedy became president.
Lost Kennedy. I don't know what happened to him, but they say like, yeah, I know what happened to him. He was a good guy. He would never approve a war like Iraq. Kennedy, true patriot, true American, could not control by forging destiny. He would never approve that war. He would never waste life.
This is why I throw fucking like Muslims off the fourth floor building.
Actually, he cares. Kennedy cares. He would never waste
Back in the day,
an
anyway.
precious American life for somebody else who doesn't care about America.
You act like you wouldn't throw your ass off a building.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guys.
I
feel bad for them actually. They fought a war. They
met
shouldn't
enough
be
you
fighting.
motherfuckers. I know who you is.
JFK, the great man, the true patriot.
Hey, can I hear a little bit of like, you know, I never had a lesson, but I know how to play my music? Because this motherfucker's stupid.
Yeah, I'm stupid. That you can say that. Yeah, I don't follow the herd. Is that why? Is that why I'm stupid?
Dude, I'm the one that would throw you off a fucking building.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You are sick. You are a psychopath.
Yeah?
That's what I'm saying. You need help.
What's your
You
point?
need help. And why you are psychopath? Because you are put
You act like a psychopath is a bad thing.
You are put in an unnecessary problem. JFK will never put you in that trouble. JFK, the true patriot, who will put you in that because he does cares about people like you.
Are you sure about the Cuban Missile Crisis? Are you sure that he would put you in danger?
He solved it. What happened in the Cuban Missile Crisis? Nothing happened.
He put Americans in danger to stop the blockade of nuclear missiles going to Cuba.
He put American lives in danger. He didn't. He solved. I don't know how he put it in danger when he solved the missile crisis.
Are there any nuclear missiles in Cuba?
There are, thanks to him.
Are there any nuclear missiles in Cuba?
They were planning on putting ballistic missiles there. Yes.
They were trying.
Thanks to
That was the. Dude, this motherfucker doesn't even understand history.
That plan never the Soviet Union never were able to carry that plan. Thanks to JFK. Thanks to him. True patriot. That was a justified war defending your country. But Iraq, why would you go to Fallujah? Why would you go from Texas to Fallujah? Why would you go
What's
there?
up, pretty girl?
Ask me, why would you go from Mississippi to Baghdad? What are you doing fucking Baghdad from Mississippi? That's not your war. You don't belong there. It's somebody else's war. It's somebody else who killed JFK and controls your corrupt politicians who are wasting American precious life in unnecessary wars like Iraq. And I hope that never happens again.
Dude, you and me both. Because I lived in Iraq for fucking 16 months and I never want to go back. I mean, I met a lot of really nice people. Did you feel that shit over there is fucked.
You don't want to fight. It was not your war because it was not your war.
They're 400 years behind culture.
Iraqi, exactly. They had no nuclear weapons. Somebody lied to you. See, they were like simple people.
Who lied to me when I was there?
Yeah, somebody lied to a politician. Somebody
you
lied to a
have.
politician. I think those are your enemies.
I've eaten more flatbread in fucking Iraq than you have.
Country into these like bad wars, unnecessary like losing of precious life are the Iraqis.
Dude, that shit was dope, by the way. I love food.
Listen. You should actually go like invade those people. Spend your 18 months like invading those people. That's a war.
Why do I want to, dude? I don't want to leave my house.
That's a war you should fight. That's like liberating your country from a foreign influence. Somebody's.
Dude, I've already been there, done that, and got the T-shirts. Why do I gotta do it again?
I'm saying you were in the wrong place.
My nephew, by the way, just graduated like combat medic school as a corpsman, and he moved to Greenside, and he's being stationed down in,
that's amazing, actually.
And he's gonna be a Marine corpsman.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't fight for a foreign country, fight a necessary war. I hope he doesn't like waste his precious life on corrupt politicians doing like unnecessary wars like Iraq.
Like he'll be there like after the Thanksgiving holiday. He has to show up in Pensacola.
Yeah, that's nice actually.
But
I hope he goes
Marine Corps medic, bro. Dude, he makes me so fucking proud, dude. I'm not his dad, but bro, he's my nephew, and motherfucker, I love that motherfucker.
So you're gonna sit there you would agree that him going in an unnecessary war in some country because some politician have been bribed by a foreign country, like some bad politician sending your nephew to unnecessary war?
Well, the thing is, I would rather the commander-in-chief, who is the president, be Donald Trump, because had he been like in the same scenario right now and Kamala Harris was the commander-in-chief, I'd be afraid for him. But with JD Vance and Trump, like at the steering the wheel, government means governo mentis, which means to steer the mind.
Yeah, Donald Trump might do it, but I think JFK is a good say. If JFK would never like put you in, I would trust that guy. He would never say.
I prefer JD Vance and Trump over Kamala and that fucktard she had.
So you would like if one president decision you would trust with your nephew, like sending him to a war, I would trust JFK.
Hey, dude. Both my granddads were in World War II. One of my granddads was also in Korea. My dad was a combat medic during Vietnam. I was a combat medic in Iraq. And my nephew is going to be a combat medic for the Marine Corps as a corpsman. And, like, he's going to do what he do. And, like, he's going to have his own fucking story.
Yeah, my grandfather was in World War II too, but it's not, it's like most of the world have fought that war. It's not something new, but I'm saying like, I hope
young men that don't know each other because of old men that do know each other.
Racist. That's what war is. Iraq was justified. You think Arabs are bad. That's why you are a fucking racist piece of shit. You don't acknowledge that it was a bad war. It was a war for nothing.
Dude, how many Sunnis and Shias and Kurds do you think that are my Siddiqui? Or Siddiqui? If I have to, like, put the...
You don't have Siddiqui. Listen. You don't have Siddiqui. You're racist. You dehumanize people. You think you are better than them. Come to New York.
You tell me I don't have friends downrange?
If you come to New York, I will arrest you.
Egypt? I've been to Egypt many times.
If you come to New York City, I will arrest you.
I'd blast you in the face with my 9mm if you tried to.
see, if you come to New York City, I will arrest you because like you literally, yeah, you're a bad.
Why? Because of my words?
Yeah, because it's not about your words, but I think like you literally you need to be like. Yeah, you
Well,
need to be
we're
careful
on an
about
audio
your
app. You don't know me in person, so this is all words.
Well, I'm saying that you should not say
You
those
know,
things.
you know,
I'm saying
you
like.
know, the more you talk, the further away from the truth you get.
Okay, this is Buddha wisdom. Okay, this is Buddha wisdom.
Why'd you kick me out?
I was just.
Because I thought, was it because I told him the more he talks, the further away from the truth he gets, and that was literally where you ended it.
Yeah, that was a good ending point.
How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Shit, just I'm watching my bully dog scratch her butt against the door because it's like 40 degrees outside, and I got the door open a little bit, and she's out there in the sun, like scratching herself and rubbing her butt against the door.
Well,
it's kind of making me laugh.
this room's a little different than the previous one because I'm going to be reading a book.
No.
You might want to. You might want to get back on that Appalachian Trail.
But I don't like hearing people read books to me. I don't like audiobooks. Like I like to read for myself. Like when you do that, it turns me off.
Well, I'm not trying to turn you on.
And I don't mean that in a gay way. I mean it literally just.
Oh, that's okay.
My understanding.
That's okay. Evital is here. Oh, Evital. I saw what Evital means. I didn't know, but it's like electric vehicle total. They have this new flying car. Did you see it? It's very cool. It only lasts 20 minutes though. But it's called an Evital.
What do you see what Tesla's gonna put out at the end of this year?
That'd be interesting.
Happy New Year.
But this is the Buddha Wisdom book room.
Tesla's got a flying vehicle. And,
oh wow.
Dude, it's gonna blow your fucking head off.
So I have the Dhammapada in front of me. I am gonna create some YouTube clips here, but you don't have to stay, or we can chat. You know, because these are short little readings. We can discuss what we're reading, but this is my morning meditation.
Yeah.
This is my response.
Why do you gotta go on diatribes about it? Because I I want to hear you run your mouth for fucking.
Well, that's okay
5
because
minutes.
you gotta look at it from my perspective here. I'm in my office with 15 YouTube lives, and every time
Can
I
you not
read,
cliff note it?
this is how I cliff note it through YouTube. Because it's not.
You're not cliff noting it
I'm
because
not.
you're expounding.
No, you don't understand. The whole purpose of this is to create clips on YouTube. This is work. This is not just joy. This is me reading and clipping
Joy,
for YouTube people around the world who need some
sunshine,
inspiration and
and
some
rain.
wisdom. Because Clubhouse, as you know, is full of a bunch of brain rotted out individuals. And they're going to talk about Epstein and Trump all day long because it's the Democrat talking point of the day. So this is me doing real work.
Yeah, but how about you have an honest discussion about it rather than like making me listen to like some iambic pentameter of democracy?
Because the whole point of this is to relax
I
your
already
nervous system.
understand who the fuck I am. I don't need to listen to any more meditations.
Well, listen, I'm not chaining you. I'm not chaining you to this room. You are a free man.
I can leave quietly, but if you're gonna fucking start reading bullshit,
I'm going to.
I will leave quietly.
That's okay. I want you to if you don't want to be here, but if you want to stick around, at least grace me, with 3 minutes of your time. That's all I'm asking for is 3 minutes of your time. He left. And that's okay. Okay, we're going to read this Dhammapada. There's 26 chapters. The first one we're going to read is on anger, and then I'll start from the beginning. Because anger is the big problem for me, for everybody. Oh, lovely. Somebody's hair is in the page. Okay, this is called anger. This is a meditation. So take the deepest breath of the day. Om. This is anger by the Buddha. Shun anger. Let go of pride. Break out every shackle. Break out of every shackle. Whoever is not tied to possessions, clinging neither to body nor mind, is never in bondage. Whoever controls his anger is like a true charioteer, in command of the rolling chariot, and not just holding the reins. Where there is anger, apply loving kindness. Where there is evil, offer good. Where there is stinginess, be generous. Where there are lies, be truthful. Speak the truth. Control anger. Share even from your meager store. These 3 steps lead to the presence of the shining ones. The wise one. The wise ones who do no harm, ever restrained in body, word, and mind, come to the place of peace, where they will sorrow no more. The vigilant, who follow the way day and night, who are wholly intent upon nirvana, the mental intoxicants come to an end. This, O Atula, subnote, Atula was a lay devotee who lived at the time of the Buddha. When he told the Buddha about the flaws in other people, the Buddha admonished him of the value of forbearance. This, O Atula, has been going on through the ages. They criticize the silent ones, criticize the talkative ones, they criticize the moderate ones. There is no one in the world who escapes criticism. There never was and never will be, nor is there now, the wholly criticized or the wholly approved, whom the discriminating praise as behaving impeccably in life, displaying wisdom, insight, and virtue, who is like a coin of pure gold. He is praised even by Brahma. Avoid rash actions. Be restrained in action. Giving up wrong deeds. Exercise right action. Avoid rash speech. Be restrained in speech. Giving up wrong speech. Exercise right speech. Avoid mental agitation. Be restrained in mind. Giving up wrong thoughts. Think good thoughts. Those who practice restraint in body, word, and mind are surely in control of themselves. Okay, these are the sayings of the Buddha. Mind is the forerunner of all actions. All deeds are led by mind, created by mind. If one speaks or acts with a corrupt mind, suffering follows. As the wheel follows the hoof of an ox pulling a cart. Mind is the forerunner of all actions. All deeds are led by mind, created by mind. If one speaks or acts with a serene mind, happiness follows. As surely as one's shadow. He abused me, mistreated me, defeated me, robbed me. Harboring such thoughts keeps hatred alive. He abused me, mistreated me, defeated me, robbed me. Releasing such thoughts banishes hatred for all time. Animosity does not eradicate animosity. Only by loving kindness is animosity dissolved. This law is ancient and eternal. There are those who are aware that they are always facing death. Knowing this, they put aside all quarrels. The one who lives for sensation, indulgent in eating, lazy, and lacking in energy. the tempter Mara breaks. Subnote Mara. In Buddhist scriptures, Mara is a metaphor for temptations or passions personified. Being neither male nor female, hence the use of tempter. The tempter Mara breaks just as the wind breaks a frail tree. The one who lives mindfully, senses under control, moderate in eating, devout, energetic, cannot be overthrown by Mara. Just as the wind cannot shake a rocky mountain, the monk's robe does not in itself render one free from stain. If the one who wears that robe is lacking in self-control and honesty, he is unworthy of such a robe. Only one who is free from stain, well-disciplined, honest, and endowed with self-control is worthy of the monk's robe. Those who fail to distinguish the non-essential from the essential, and the essential from the non-essential, will, in feeding on wrong thoughts, fail to attain the essential. On the other hand, those who correctly perceive the essential as essential, and the non-essential as non-essential, will, in feeding on right thoughts, attain the essential. As rain pours through badly thatched houses, so does desire penetrate the undeveloped mind. As rain fails to pour through a well-thatched house, so does desire fail to penetrate the well-developed mind. For the doer of evil, there is only grief. Here, as well as hereafter, in both states he experiences grief, seeing his own wholesome acts. For the doer of good deeds there is rejoicing, here as well as hereafter. Joy and more joy are his as he sees his own right action. The doer of evil reaps suffering, here and hereafter, in both states remembering, I have committed evil, not only here, but hereafter. He experiences more suffering because he has gone to a state of suffering. The doer of good deeds reaps happiness here and hereafter, in both states remembering, I have done good deeds, and there is more joy, because he has gone to a blissful state. A careless person, quoting much of the scriptural text but not living it, cannot share the abundance of the holy life, just as the cowherd, counting other people's cattle, cannot taste the milk or ghee. Reciting a small portion of the scriptures, but putting it diligently into practice, letting go of passion.
She lets them go their own way and resides at the center of the circle. 30. Whoever relies on the Tao in governing men doesn't try to force issues or defeat enemies by force of arms. For every force, there is a counterforce. Violence, even well-intentioned, always rebounds upon oneself. The master does his job and then stops. He understands that the universe is forever out of control, and that trying to dominate events goes against the current of the Tao. Because he believes in himself, he doesn't try to convince others. Because he is content with himself, he doesn't need others' approval. Because he accepts himself, the whole world accepts him. 31. Weapons are the tools of violence. All decent men detest them. Weapons are the tools of fear. A decent man will avoid them, except in the direst necessity, and if compelled, will use them only with the utmost restraint. Peace is his highest value. If the peace has been shattered, how can he be content? His enemies are not demons, but human beings like himself. He doesn't wish them personal harm, nor does he rejoice in victory. How could he rejoice in victory and delight in the slaughter of men? He enters a battle gravely, with sorrow, and with great compassion, as if he were attending a funeral. 32. The Tao can't be perceived. Smaller than an electron, it contains uncountable galaxies. If powerful men and women could remain centered in the Tao, all things would be in harmony. The world would become a paradise. All people would be at peace, and the law would be written in their hearts. When you have names and forms, know that they are provisional. When you have institutions, know where their functions should end. Knowing when to stop, you can avoid any danger. All things end in the Tao, as rivers flow into the sea. 33. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. If you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich. If you stay in the center and embrace death with your whole heart, you will endure forever. "34. The great Tao flows everywhere. All things are born from it, yet it doesn't create them. It pours itself into its work, yet it makes no claim. It nourishes infinite worlds, yet it doesn't hold on to them. Since it is merged with all things and hidden in their hearts, it can be called humble. Since all things vanish into it, and it alone endures, it can be called great. It isn't aware of its greatness. Thus, it is truly great. 35. She who is centered in the Tao can go where she wishes without danger. She perceives the universal harmony, even amid great pain, because she has found peace in her heart. Music or the smell of good cooking may make people stop and enjoy, but words that point to the Tao seem monotonous and without flavor. When you look for it, there is nothing to see. When you listen for it, there is nothing to hear. When you use it, it is inexhaustible. 36. If you want to shrink something, you must first allow it to expand. If you want to get rid of something, you must first allow it to flourish. If you want to take something, you must first allow it to be given. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft overcomes the hard. The slow overcomes the fast. Let your workings remain a mystery. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft overcomes the hard. The slow overcomes the fast. Let your workings remain a mystery. Just show people the results. 37. The Tao never does anything, yet through it all things are done. If powerful men and women could center themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed by itself in its natural rhythms. People would be content with their simple, everyday lives in harmony, and free of desire. When there is no desire, all things are at peace.
Amore.
Dirty. The master doesn't try to be powerful. Thus, he is truly powerful. The ordinary man keeps reaching for power. Thus, he never has enough. The master does nothing, yet he leaves nothing undone. The ordinary man is always doing things, yet many more.
I could throw out some stone cold
No.
facts.
I believe that I don't care if they rehabilitate. I think that forgiveness does not mean restoration. Forgiveness means forgiveness. And if I allow for a religious institution to forgive whoever they want to forgive, but that does not absolve them of the responsibility of putting other people that are in their charge in harm's way. You have to understand the power that you have as a religious institution to you have to understand the power that you have at
case is permanent. As long as you're going case by case, that's a standard. Are you going case by case or not?
So you know this thing I did when I was like 20? That's exactly what I did when I was 20. I was like, let me always find somebody on another side to vote for. So it's like if you vote for like a school board member who aligns more with a Democrat because they want more school funding, but you vote straight Republican for everything else, you're on a Republican plantation. Come on.
Yeah, of course. I think it's that lopsided. But I think it's a hard matter, right? Okay, so it's basically if you weighed both sides, then you're not on the plantation. If you're not weighing both sides, then you are.
Okay.
CEO, have you never voted to send a message?
Are you talking about doing protest votes? Okay, but that's a one-off. That doesn't speak to your heart.
Right. So you have to factor in cycles, right? Because for the first time last year, or 2024, I voted straight Republican, straight down the ballot.
Because you got mad at Lisa.
No, I didn't get mad at Lisa. I got this room had liberals, and then I said negative.
You almost said yeah, though.
No, I didn't get mad at Lisa. It wasn't Lisa.
So one
but that's a
beautiful thing about being a policy-led person over being a
They're in the middle of speaking.
led person.
Wait, they're in the middle of speaking. You didn't hear them speaking?
Well, yeah, but there was literally a space to slide in and read.
There was no space. They were both talking.
You little hater.
They were literally speaking. I was explaining why he voted for Republican.
No, I'm not. Go ahead.
Remember, she's a professor. The doer of good deeds reaps happiness here and hereafter, in both states remembering, I have done good deeds, and there is more joy, because he has gone to a blissful state. A careless person, quoting much of the scriptural text but not living it, cannot share the abundance of the holy life. Just as the cowherd, on to a state of suffering, the doer of good deeds reaps happiness here and hereafter, in both states remembering, I have done good deeds, and there is more joy, because he has gone to a blissful state. A careless person, quoting much of the scriptural text but not living it, cannot share the abundance of the holy life. Just as the cow herd on to a state and hereafter, in both states remembering, I have committed evil, not only here, but hereafter. He experiences more suffering because he has gone to a state of suffering. The doer of good deeds reaps happiness here and hereafter, in both states remembering, I have done good deeds, and there is more joy, because he has gone to a blissful state, and hereafter out, energetic, cannot be overthrown by Mara. Just as the wind cannot shake a rocky mountain, the monk's robe does not in itself render one free from stain. If the one who wears that robe is lacking in self-control and honesty, he is unworthy of such a robe. Only one who is free from stain, well-disciplined, honest, and endowed with self-control is worthy of the monk's robe. Out, energetic, cannot be overthrown by Mara. Just as the wind cannot shake a rocky mountain, the monk's robe does not in itself render one free from stain. If the one who wears that robe is lacking in self-control and honesty, he is unworthy of such a robe. Only one who is free from stain, well-disciplined, honest, and endowed with self-control is worthy of the monk's robe. Energetic, cannot be overthrown by Mara. Just as the wind cannot shake a rocky mountain, the monk's robe does not in itself render one free from stain. If the one who wears that robe is lacking in self-control and honesty,
You're missing what I'm saying. So
he is unworthy of such a robe.
in my state is what I'm saying. So I'm
Only one who is free from stain, well-disciplined, honest, and endowed with self-control is worthy of the monk's robe. Moderate in eating, devout, energetic, cannot be overthrown by Mara. Just as the wind cannot shake a rocky mountain, the monk's robe does not in itself render one free from stain. If the one who wears that robe is lacking in self-control and honesty, he is unworthy of such a robe. Only one who is free from stain, well-disciplined, honest, and endowed with self-control is worthy of the monk's robe. Rash speech. Be restrained in speech. Giving up wrong speech. Exercise right speech. Avoid mental agitation. Be restrained in mind. Giving up wrong thoughts. Think good thoughts. Those who practice restraint in body, word, and mind are surely in control of themselves. Om. Speech. Be restrained in speech. Giving up wrong speech. Exercise right speech. Avoid mental agitation. Be restrained in mind. Giving up wrong thoughts. Think good thoughts. Those who practice restraint in body, word, and mind are surely in control of themselves. Om. Speech. Be restrained in speech. Giving up wrong speech. Exercise right speech. Avoid mental agitation. Be restrained in mind. Giving up wrong thoughts. Speech. Giving up wrong deeds. Exercise right action. Avoid rash speech. Be restrained in speech. Giving up wrong speech. Exercise right speech. Avoid mental agitation. Be restrained in mind. Giving up wrong thoughts. Think good thoughts. Those who practice restraint
That's the big mantra of the day.
in body, word, and mind are surely in control of themselves. Giving up wrong deeds, exercise right action. Avoid rash speech. Be restrained in speech. Giving up wrong speech. Exercise right speech. Avoid mental agitation. Be restrained in mind. Giving up wrong thoughts. Think good thoughts. Those who practice restraint in body, word, and mind are surely in control of themselves. Giving up wrong deeds, exercise right action. Avoid rash speech about the flaws in other people. The Buddha admonished him of the value of forbearance. This, O Atula, has been going on through the ages. They criticize the silent ones. They criticize the talkative ones. They criticize the moderate ones. There is no one in the world who escapes criticism. There never was and never will be, nor is there now, the wholly criticized or the wholly approved, whom the discriminating praise as behaving impeccably in life, displaying about the flaws in other people, the mental intoxicants come to an end. This, O Atula, subnote, Atula was a lay devotee who lived at the time of the Buddha. When he told the Buddha about the flaws in other people, the Buddha admonished him of the value of forbearance. This, O Atula, has been going on through the ages. They criticize the silent ones. They criticize the talkative ones. They criticize the moderate ones. There is no one in the world who escapes criticism. There never was and never will be, nor is there now the wholly criticized. That's all I'm asking for is 3 minutes of your time. He left. And that's okay. Okay, we're going to read this Dhammapada. There's 26 chapters. The first one we're going to read is on anger, and then I'll start from the beginning. Because anger is the big problem for me, for everybody. Oh, lovely. Somebody's hair is in the page. Okay, this is called anger. This is a meditation. So take the deepest breath of the day. I'm going to.
I will leave quietly.
That's okay. I want you to if you don't want to be here. But if you want to stick around, at least grace me, with 3 minutes of your time. That's all I'm asking for is 3 minutes of your time. He left. And that's just uses so much profanity and vulgarity. He can't make it in the commercial world.
I think you can. When I was talking about your animal people, that's it. I think you can make it on TikTok and make some money. You can't make it in the real world. How's you gonna make it on TikTok? He has to go on TikTok to try to make money.
Just uses so much profanity. Just uses so much profanity and vulgarity. He can't make it in the commercial world. Gone to a state of suffering. The doer of good deeds reaps happiness. Here and hereafter, in both states remembering, I have done good deeds, and there is more joy, because he has gone to a blissful state. A careless person, quoting much of the scriptural text but not living it, cannot share the abundance of the holy life. Just as the cow herd, on to and hereafter, in both states remote, energetic, moderate in each speech.
Are left to be done. The kind man does something, yet something remains undone. The just man does something, and leaves many things to be done. The moral man does something, and when no one responds, he rolls up his sleeves and uses force. When the Tao is lost, there is goodness. When goodness is lost, there is morality. When morality is lost, there is ritual. Ritual is the husk of true faith, the beginning of chaos.
Is the heaven. And if all you do is spend your time trying to build up credit for some type of Christian retirement center with a Cadillac and infinite abundance, I mean, that's totally not the point of
No, it's heaven for the Catholic paradigm.
He dwells in reality and lets all illusions go. 39. In harmony with the Tao, the sky is clear and spacious. The earth is solid and full. All creatures flourish together, content with the way they are, endlessly repeating themselves,
And Gary's Facebook chat.
endlessly learning. When man interferes with the Tao,
whatever I put forward,
the sky becomes filthy.
you know, God, but can you even define the word God to us, son? What is the word God? It's a three-letter word, G-O, go, do, backwards, go, do. You know, God, what is God?
Anyway, so
The master
I was
views the
actually
part
very interested
with compassion because he understands the whole.
Okay, this was,
He's not in
His
this series,
constant
so.
practice
Yeah.
is humility. He doesn't glitter like a jewel, but lets himself be shaped by the Tao, as rugged and common as a stone.
individuals connected to essentially white Christian nationalism, aka Nick Fuentes.
They are not Christian. They doesn't even go to church. And Sam Parker tweeted. He said everybody needs to mass report Andrew Meyer. Jay Shields shared it.
Of the Tao.
And they all took credit for it afterwards. They showed their screenshots of their
All
reports
things are
reporting
born
it being
of
successful. So Nick who always cries free speech. Oh, you're gonna ban me.
Is born of non-being.
Good morning.
41. When a superior man hears of the Tao, he immediately begins to embody it. When an average man hears of the Tao, he half believes it, half doubts it. When a foolish man hears of the Tao, he laughs out loud. If he didn't laugh, it wouldn't be the Tao. Thus it is said, the path into the light seems dark. The path forward seems to go back. The direct path seems long. True power seems weak. True purity seems tarnished. True steadfastness seems changeable. True clarity seems obscure. The greatest art seems unsophisticated. The greatest love seems indifferent. The greatest wisdom seems childish. The Tao is nowhere to be found, yet it nourishes and completes all things. 42. The Tao gives birth to one. One gives birth to two. Two gives birth to three. Three gives birth to all things. All things have their backs to the female and stand facing the male. When male and female combine, all things achieve harmony. Ordinary men hate solitude, but the Master makes use of it, embracing his aloneness, realizing he is one with the whole universe. 43. The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. That which has no substance enters where there is no space. This shows the value of non-action. Teaching without words, performing without actions. That is the Master's way. 44. Fame or integrity? Which is more important? Money or happiness? Which is more valuable? Success or failure? Which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never truly be fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you will never be happy with yourself. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. 45. True perfection seems imperfect, yet it is perfectly itself. True fullness seems empty, yet it is fully present. True straightness seems crooked. True wisdom seems foolish. True art seems artless. The Master allows things to happen. She shapes events as they come. She steps out of the way and lets the Tao speak for itself. 46. When a country is in harmony with the Tao, the factories make trucks and tractors. When a country goes counter to the Tao, warheads are stockpiled outside the cities. There is no greater illusion than fear, no greater wrong than preparing to defend yourself, no greater misfortune than having an enemy. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. 47. Without opening your door, you can open your heart to the world. Without looking out your window, you can see the essence of the Tao. The more you know, the less you understand. The Master arrives without leaving, sees the light without looking, achieves without doing a thing. 48. In the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. In the practice of the Tao, Every day, something is
did it right.
dropped. Less and less do you need to force things, until finally you arrive at non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. It can't be gained by interfering. The master has no mind of her own. She works with the mind of the people. She is good to people who are good. She's also good to people who aren't good. This is true goodness. She trusts people who are trustworthy. She also trusts people who aren't trustworthy. This is true trust. The master's mind is like space. People don't understand her. They look to her and wait. She treats them like her own children. 50. The master gives himself up to whatever the moment brings. He knows that he is going to die, and he has nothing left to hold on to. No illusions in his mind. No resistances in his body. He doesn't think about his actions. They flow from the core of his being. He holds nothing back from life. Therefore, he is ready for death, as a man is ready for sleep after a good day's work. 51. Every being in the universe is an expression of the Tao. It springs into existence, unconscious, perfect, free, takes on a physical body, lets circumstances complete it. That is why every being spontaneously honors the Tao. The Tao gives birth to all beings, nourishes them, maintains them, cares for them, comforts them, protects them, takes them back to itself, creating without possessing, acting without expecting, guiding without interfering. That is why love of the Tao is in the very nature of things. In the beginning was the Tao. All things issue from it. All things return to it. To find the origin, trace back the manifestations. When you recognize the children and find the mother, you will be free of sorrow. If you close your mind in judgments and traffic with desires, your heart will be troubled. If you keep your mind from judging and aren't led by the senses, your heart will find peace. Seeing into darkness is clarity. Knowing how to yield is strength. Use your own light and return to the source of light. This is called practicing eternity. 53. The great way is easy, yet people prefer the side paths. Be aware when things are out of balance. Stay centered